Hey, what's up, man? This is Deante Hitchcock, and you're watching a brand new season of Hot New Hip Hop on the come up. I'm from Atlanta, man. I'm about to say I was born in Grady Memorial Hospital. I don't know if anybody who's like not from Atlanta is too familiar with it, but it's like one of the most famous hospitals around here. Born in Grady, lived in like Southwest Atlanta for like the first half of my life, and then moved over to the South Side in like Clayton County with Riverdale and College Park and all of that. It was different growing up. I mean, it was cool. It's pretty much the same, like, I don't want to say the same, like, cliche Black experience. It's like, we had my dad around for like maybe 5 or 6 years in the house. Then after that, it was mostly just me and my mom and my little brother after he was born. I'm about to say grew up like that, pretty much the same as everybody else's story. I'm about to say that seems to be the case for most of us. But I'm about to say Atlanta is just different, dog. I'm about to say growing up there, it's like a melting pot for real, for everything. Like, you got the hood's right here, and then like 5 minutes up the road, or like literally the neighborhood over, you got mansions. So I'm about to say we always had a way of, it was never just one perspective that we got. Even growing up here with the music scene, like the folks who rapped, you had the folks who was rapping on some real street shit, and then you had the folks who was rapping on their like eclectic shit. Then you had folks who was doing rock, and you had folks who was singing like bluegrass music. So we got so many different like styles around here. I mean, it's a lot to pull from. If I said anybody for real that influenced me from my side, it really be 2 Chainz. And I'm about to say not necessarily in style, just wanting to do it. Just seeing it for real and being like, okay, I like that. He's from here. He made it out of here. I could do the same thing. So I'm about to say I didn't take music seriously. I've been doing music since I was like 12 years old, but I don't think I took it seriously for real until I was like maybe about 20, 21. Around that age when I was down there in school. And this was around the time when 2 Chainz like had his resurgence when he came out with the True mixtapes and all of that. It was like, okay, yeah, I could do this too. The music that was playing in my house, my dad was a real big Prince fan. I'm talking about love Prince, all of that, like purple, his favorite color because of Prince. It got to the point, it was like, I don't know, this is a little weird, but Prince make great music, so I can't, you know what I'm saying? I can't be mad at that. So Prince was spraying in the crib, Anita Baker, you know how your folks wake you up on like Sunday to clean or Saturday to clean, they playing music all around the house. So it was that type of old school flavor. My uncles, he had lived with us at one point. My Uncle Marlon, one who got me like started on rapping, but he used to play like more of the rap music around the house. So that's how I got into like Outkast and even the up north folk like Jay-Z and everybody else. So yeah, my uncle put me on rap for real. My parents was just listening to like classic music, real soulful, real feel-good songs. It's crazy, like people think he's somebody else because he's not listed on any of the stuff. And crazy enough, like when people keep saying the other dude's name, it makes me question, like, dang, I need to go talk to my uncle to make sure it was true because he told me it. I ran with it this whole time, but like every time I talk about that story, they bring up somebody else's name and I can't remember what the dude's name is. I can't remember what the dude's name is, but they say it every time, be like, nah, that's not him. My Uncle Marlon. So his name is Marlon Hitchcock, but he told that story again and again and again and again. So now I'm actually gonna see him tomorrow for some other family stuff we got going on. I need to ask him about that to make sure it's true. I've been saying that for like the last 10 years of my life, and everybody be like, yeah, is it bro? I'm like, nah, it's not bro. It's crazy. Y'all keep saying him. But yeah, it was a 2 Chainz song. The first freestyle recorded was a 2 Chainz song. I got into a car accident and I was driving like a Magnum, one of the old Dodge Magnums. I got into an accident over there in Stone Mountain. I was headed to work. It was like an African dude who hit me. I'm talking about when he hopped out the car, he had the gold tip shoes. I'm talking about real African shit, you know what I mean? All the garb, the dress. So I knew this boy had bread. He had to have bread. So I like to fill out the car on my neck, all of that shit, but I didn't. But I ended up getting a real nice car through for his insurance. So I had a drop top Mustang for probably it was like 2 weeks. And I'm about to say, I just really wanted to flex in the Mustang. So I hopped out there. My little brother, I had him on the camera. I dropped the top in the first video. I'm trying to remember the exact song it was. I want to say it was 2 Chainz actually, I'm Different. It's 2 Chainz something. It might not have been I'm Different, but I think it was. But yeah, that's how it all started. Just wanted to pop my shit while I had a drop top, for real. That's it. I'm about to say, like, within a week, I think the first person to hit me up about him was Wale. I I think like the next week or the next 2 weeks, Charlamagne the God hit me. And then everything just kept going from there. Like, then we got on the Shade Room. It was just a whole bunch of shit, man. Like, it was crazy. From just wanting to pop some shit. It's wild. Freestyle that got Mark Pitt's attention. The whole label was that Kendrick Lamar, Good Kid, Mad City joint. It was Mad City. It was the Black Lives Matter freestyle. I about to say that's the one the Shade Room picked up. And I about to say once they posted them up, I remember I got like, it's probably like 30,000 followers in a night. In a single night. I was sitting there watching my phone. I was like, yo, this shit is insane. My phone was overheating. I'm talking about cutting off at random. I turn it back on. It's a whole nother 200 people on the follow list, like comments going crazy, everything. So it was that one. Then he hit me up. I remember he hit me up and I was like, bro, it's a spam page. And I ain't even answered. Then we dropped another freestyle and it was the, you remember the So Far Gone challenge or the So Gone challenge? Like Chance the Rapper did it first or something like that, and then everybody started doing it. I did that one too. And bro hit me back up, and that's when he flew us out. Like I actually responded. We talked and everything. He flew us out. I think it was like the next week to New York. They hadn't heard no music, no nothing. They just heard them 2 freestyles. That's it. It's crazy. Mark is like a legend in a couple of rights, whether it's on the business side, whether it's on the music side. That man's a legend. I about to say even beyond Biggie, he worked with some other folks too, from Chris Brown, J. Cole, all them folks. Like a lot of our favorites today, a lot of our favorites of yesterday, brother had a hand in their careers. And I about to say I get to go through the same type of passing of the torch right now, so it's real cool. Biggest cosigns thus far, touring wise, I about to say we went out with Rhapsody, went out with Black, Jid, Wale, Jadena. I feel like I'm missing one, and I don't want to forget nobody. That might be it. Went out on all those tours, so they definitely played a role in like propelling us as far as we are. And of course, the Dreamville joint. That was really the biggest one. Like I got the plaque sitting right there on that wall. As soon as you come in, like first plaque ever, first #1 ever, and like I didn't see something like that happen until at least 4 or 5 years in, seriously into this career, dog. And like Cole and the whole Dreamville, they really set up a lot of us for a different kind of trajectory. So yeah, Cole and all the mother folks I just named, for sure. So at first I didn't get the invitation. For the first day, I saw everybody dropping you remember the golden tickets and all that, right? So everybody dropping their golden tickets. It's like Kaz, Jid, Earth Gang, all the Dreamville folk, and then it's like a couple extra folk that weren't in Dreamville necessarily. So everybody dropping their tickets. I'm mad, like I'm pissed off. So like I had just met Cole for the first time, probably like I think 3 or 4 months prior to that. I'd already knew Earth Gang, I already knew Jid. Who else did I meet already? I think I had met Boss before that, like right before that. And we had just got off tour with Black and Ari. So cool with Ari and all that. So I was sitting there like, damn, they in Atlanta. That's what really had me high. I was like, niggas in Atlanta, ain't nobody said nothing, ain't nobody hit me up, said shit. So I was like, okay, cool. I talked to my manager that same night and I was like, all right, I really just got to turn up. I can't be mad. I can be mad because I guess that's going to fuel me to do more, but at the same time, I gotta make it so whenever something like this happens again, they not gonna overlook me, you know what I mean? Especially if they in my backyard, you feel me? So that night, I remember writing, it was like 6 or 7 verses. It might've been more than that for real, but I was on a tear. I was just like, all right, bet, I just gotta work harder. The next day, I got my invitation. Literally the next day. So it's like, okay, all right, let's see what's going on, you know what I'm saying? Somebody always told us, like, you put in that work and everything else is gonna happen around you. Like, all you gotta do is keep your head down and do the work. You ain't even gonna notice, but everything's gonna come full circle around you. So that was a testament to it. The making of that verse wasn't anything grandiose, it wasn't anything special, it wasn't nothing crazy. Like, we were sitting in, I think it was either the smallest room or the second smallest room. Like, the way Tree Sounds is set up, Tree Sounds probably got like 20 rooms altogether. So there's the A room, which is the biggest room in there. And then as soon as you come out of the A room, there's like this room right behind the door, right on the side. It's like maybe as big as the kitchen I'm sitting in now. Might be even smaller than this, for real. We in there hot as hell. We got a little fan going. We passing the fan around as we record, sitting the fan next to whoever recording. Out of shit's probably like 7 of us in there. It's me, Mariba, Cam, Obi, Masego. Who else was in there? I think Alex from St. Beauty was in there. Omen might have been in there that day. I can't remember. Mez was in there. It was a lot of us to be in that small ass room. We just passing around. I think that might have been the last verse that I did, like as far as the whole entire process. And what's crazy is it was my least favorite verse out of everything that I put down. And that's why it was so wild to me. Like everybody who I've talked to about that verse, everybody who's talked to me about that verse says it hit them in a different type of way. And folks would be like, dawg, this was the best verse on the project. It's the best verse on the whole album. I was like, that's so crazy. And it really just made me sit down and think like, damn, all of this is perspective. You know what I mean? Because the verse that I thought was my I guess least favorite performance might have been the most touching one out of all of them, and it resonated with people in a whole different way. It's like, damn, sometimes you got to get out of your own way and just let God do whatever God does. Because if I had the choice, I wouldn't have picked that one. I would not have picked that one. And it was the last song, I think, to make the whole project. Because at first, all right, so after the Dreamville joint, after the sessions and everything, that's when we went on tour with Jid. And around that time, they were picking all the songs for the album. So originally, I think it was like 2 songs that dropped before the album. It was like Down Bad. No, it might have been like 4 or 5. But I know Down Bad, I know Got Me dropped. I was on Got Me originally. Like I wrote on it and I had a verse on it. My verse got took off. And I was like, yo, that was my favorite verse out of all of them. Like personally, that was my favorite verse out of all of them. And I was like, damn, when that one didn't come on, I was like, shit, I might not have made anything. If that one didn't go, I ain't make shit. Nothing. That was my mindset. So I was like, damn, it's kind of fucked up. I was real like hard on myself about it. I was kind of down for the rest of the tour. But then we got to Atlanta for the last show on the tour and Eve was there. And he was telling me, he was like, yo, we got like 3 records we choosing from for the last record to go on the project, and PTSD was one of them. And in my head still, I was like, damn, nigga, that one? What the fuck? Why that one? It's my least favorite, but it ended up coming out and the reception on it was next. It was wild. So I don't know. I'm just gonna make the music and get out the way from that all out. Altogether, I feel like I was on 18 songs. Somewhere between 15 and 18, I know that for sure. I got a joint with Kaz that I really like. I got 2 joints with Kaz, actually. Now I think about it, that I really like. It's one with me, Childish Major, Doc. Somebody else was on it. It might have been Luke. And I got one with Take Keith that I ain't heard since. And I've been trying to get that record off of Eve for the longest, and them niggas would not send me that record, bro. Like, that joint's so crazy. I think that might have been my favorite ones. And Got Me, yeah. But I ended up putting that verse on something else that ain't came out now, because I was like, bro, I can't not use that verse. That shit was fire. But yeah, man. So those 4 definitely. It started, I think, this was before I met B. It was like right around that time, like coming back from Minnesota, when I was like, all right, I wanted to put some stuff together, and I always loved like trilogy albums, whether it be Carter Trilogy, whether it be any of those, but I didn't want to necessarily go with the name, but I still wanted to have this attachment, this package. It's like, this is where I was, this is where I'm at, this is where I'm gonna be type stuff. And that's where good, better, best comes from. I feel like best is gonna end up being the last thing I ever drop, and I'm gonna be done. I'm gonna be out. It's like, what can you do after best? Like, best is, I don't know, like, but I don't know. Good, 2016, that was kind of like the introduction. You know what I'm saying? I know we had 19 Summers, and I know we had Wishful Thinking before then, but Good, I felt like, was my introduction for real. That's when we started doing car freestyles. That's when things started bubbling. Better, it's like, just a different league, just a different level. You know what I'm saying? When Best comes out, I'm gonna be at the top. That's how I gotta be. Man, the debut, dog, it's like, it feels like you have so much to put into a debut. It feels like it's supposed to be your whole life, almost. You know what I mean? Because like up to this point, it's like nobody knows you, you know what I mean? So this is your first real introduction to the world. So you feel like you have to put, it's a lot of pressure to get your whole story into it, or as much as you can put into it. So I did want to focus on the leaps of faith, the dropping out of school. I did want to focus on my childhood and like the come up from there on I got money now. I did want to focus on the religious aspects of like what my mental is as far as like spiritually on like flashbacks. I did want to focus on how much women mean to me in my life, on like growing up Mother God. Like it's a lot of key points that I wanted to hit. It's just a whole bunch of key points in life that I tried to put in there. And now I gotta figure out what else we finna talk about. Cause it feels like you talk about your life up to that point, then you gotta go refill the well, go live again and figure out something else. I think fame is one of the most addictive drugs there is on the planet. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, whether that be music, whether that be sports, it's like, you always want that same love. And as time passes you by, you just won't get that same love because there's always gonna be somebody new, and that's why like, it just is what it is. But you have to be cool with that. But secondly, I don't wanna be in this for that long. Like, I think 10 years tops for me. Like, I wanna raise my kids. I wanna go into something else. I think as a person, not only an artist, especially as an artist though, you have to grow. You gotta grow. Whether that's in the same field or whether that's in something else is your choice. But for me personally, I think it'll be on to something else. It's like, okay, I've checked this box now. Let me go figure out what else I wanna do. I might wanna farm. I might wanna live off the land, I don't know. But I'll figure it out when that time comes. But yeah, I think this is a box for me to check and then go on to something else. No disrespect to comment, I've never heard be all the way through. Ever. Never. It's crazy. Like, me and Chris will talk about music all day. I don't think I'm as versed in music as a lot of people think that I am. Like, the same way I said I didn't pick up rap on my own. I just discovered it was like, this is something I'm really good at and I like it. It makes me feel good. I can get my thoughts out, this, that, and the third. But I've never been, I guess, like a student of hip hop or a student of the game. That wasn't my thing. Like, I listen to music, I just go from there. Like, I ain't never dug in the crates. I never went down, sat down and started collecting the vinyls and all of that stuff. That just wasn't what I was into. But I am into music and I am into making music and expression. So I haven't heard B all the way through. So I can't even tell you. The Atlanta Tuesdays has a real, real special place in my heart, dog. Like, it got me. It's the reason partly that we're having this conversation right now, because that's what got me to Mark. That's what got me to Deal. That's what got me all of those things. I don't know. We had been putting out music for a minute beforehand, and it was like, it's tough cutting through. You know what I mean? It's tough cutting through the noise, because if you go outside right now, you talk to 10 folk, 8 of them gonna do music, at least. What you do? I rap. What you do? I sing. You know what I mean? Everybody does music. So it's tough standing out in that big of a pool of people. You know what I mean? And mine was the freestyles. That's what really propelled me to be like, damn, folks are looking, folks are watching. So we were putting out music beforehand, and like, it was good. It's the same quality, but folks weren't paying attention to this much. So I don't know. The Atlanta Tuesdays is real special for me, but it's also bittersweet to an extent, because when I got to the label, when it was time to put out the album, when it was time to do, you know what I'm saying, like work on the next projects, I wanted to freestyle, but I was about to I had something going on. I think it was 2019. It was either 18 or 19. I was finna do 52 weeks of freestyles. And they were like, hold on, whoa. We don't want you to just be the freestyle guy. And on one end, I was like, I get it. But on the other end, I was like, damn, that's what got me here though. But I battled with that. I think I put out like maybe 16 of them and then I stopped. Cause it was like, damn, I didn't want folks to be like, he's another IG rapper. He's just good at the freestyle, so I don't know how to make songs. Because I love making songs. That was what I was into before I started doing the freestyle. It just so happened I can do that too. So I don't know. It's a real bittersweet thing. I love it because it got me here. I don't hate it at all, but it's like, I want to be more than that, and I am more than that. So just trying to figure out that balance. Freestyling for me is both coming off the top and pulling from things that, not necessarily a whole written verse, but maybe just certain phrases that I can come back to. Like when you get to a certain point, it's like, damn, I don't know what to say. Let me pull from here. And then it'll spill me and it'll keep me going into something else. So it's like having certain parts of the rap where it's like, if I do need some type of help, I can pull this. I remember I wrote this down the other day. I ain't have a verse for it, but it's a fire-ass line and it's gonna propel me into something else. So it's that type of flag. I don't think, maybe somebody does. Maybe somebody can go all the way through, but for me, it's having checkpoints, you know what I mean, that I can depend on if I do need to go to them. Any rappers that can compete with? Hell nah. Fuck you talk about, nigga. No, nobody. Nah, I'm fucking with you. There's some other guys that I really like, man. Some guys from the city too. I really enjoy Kenny Mason. Kenny Mason. I don't know how much he like actually freestyles, but I love his cadences. I love his flows. I love the subject matter and how he paints certain pictures, man. The same for Jid. The same for Smino. Who else? It's a couple for man. Nick Jenkins. Who else? Oh, I'm missing somebody. Grip. A lot of those guys, man. The city has a lot of folks who actually rap, shout out. But I think the thing is, like, for most of us, we've rapped for a long time, and now we're trying to kind of break into the other side. You feel me? Niggas are trying to actually make those songs, and niggas are trying to make those hits and try to just expand the repertoire. You feel me? Just expand our palette and figure out what else we can do. All right, so if you would have asked me that question maybe 3 or 4 years ago, I would have said the bars, because that's just where I was at. Now I feel like the message is more important than anything, for real, because like the whole point of the song is to communicate a certain feeling or emotion. And that's like, we got some folks who are really, really clear communicators, and I feel like those are the songs that resonate the most. Like being able to rap really, really good is amazing. It's impressive, but I feel like that's where the buck usually stops. It's like, once you move past impressive, what does this make me feel? And I feel like those are the songs that really, and those are the artists and the careers that really last the longest. Because even though Kendrick Lamar can rap extremely well, the message is there. He makes you feel something. Even though Drake can rap extremely well, makes you feel something. Even though Kanye can rap extremely well, makes you feel something. Like, but then you have certain artists who can rap extremely well, but never seem to really get to that place. And you always ask, like, damn, wow, he's super talented, he's amazing. But some people get to the point where they just rap to rap, and you start rapping about rapping. And it's like, dog, the people who are listening to your music, like 80% of the folks don't make music. They want music for their everyday lives. And it's like, we got to pull from a real place. You know what I'm saying? Once you go, a technical skill is amazing. And I don't want to take anything away from that, because that's something that I strive to get better at every day too. But it has to feel, you know what I'm saying? It has to hit you here for it to last. You know what I mean? Beyond being impressive after that, it's like, all right, so if you saw somebody jump through a ring of fire, it's like, damn, that shit fire as hell. It's cool as hell. If you see that nigga do that shit 20 times, it's like, all right, that's straight. But yeah, if somebody pulls on your heartstrings 1 time, 20 times, it don't matter. Like, you gonna feel it every time, because it's something that resonated with you. So that's my take on it now. I'm working on 4 projects right now. I don't know which one is coming first. All of them are pretty much done, and we're just gonna decide from there. We're about to get some stuff mixed now and then go from there, but I can't tell you which one is coming first. But just know something on the way. Well, lots on the way, actually. We finna go on like you remember when Future was dropping like Monster, DS2, 56 Night, we finna go on some shit like that. On some shit like that. It's finna be nuts. I think 2021 is gonna teach me a lot that I need to know, whether it's about myself, whether it's about the things that I'm doing musically, whether it's about my relationships, all of that. I'm actually finna go on a fast like next Monday. So it's my second time fasting, but it's the first time I'm finna fast from everything that I'm actually fasting from. The first time I did it, it was like social media, alcohol, but I didn't do the food. I didn't pray, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to get back in tune with my spirituality. So we're gonna see how it goes. I feel like it's a real checkpoint in my life. You know what I mean? Musical wise, the next time you see me pop out, y'all gonna deal with me for a long time. A very long time. Because I'm about to say, once I pop out again, I'm not going back in the house for another at least 1.5 years, for sure. So expect a lot.